Hello, BookTube. As you can see, I still have a house guest. And you're going to find this a little hard to believe, but me sitting here writing in silence on the fainting couch all day isn't as exciting a vacation as you might think. So David sets itineraries for himself to go out during the day and look around. And one place I told him he really should go is the Harvard Bookstore in Cambridge, across the river in Cambridge. Not the Harvard Co-op, the Coop, but the Harvard Bookstore itself. The guy who does the remainders there is a legend, and the remainder section is amazing. And there's also, it's a full-service retail bookstore, but then the basement is a used bookstore. And he went today. He came back with bags of books, but I don't know what he got. So we're going to do a kind of a weird by-proxy book haul.
Mm-hmm. And I spent almost no time upstairs. I spent most of it just downstairs, trying to make sure I looked at every book. But yeah, I guess I'll get right into it.
I have no idea what he got.
We'll start off with the melancholy one, and it's The War Against the Jews. 33 to 45. And this is I don't say must-have Holocaust book, but it is. If you're going to have a few of these, this is one that you absolutely need to have.
And an old mass.
And it's so... it's very, I guess analytical would be the word. So I was happy to find this. I've never owned a copy of it. I've only read e-copies of it. So glad to have that. And the next one is Maoism, A Global History. I think this made your list, didn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and it's precisely that. I don't know too much about this. I did read a few reviews when it came out, but not since then. And I think the key here is that it is a global history, trying to push against the idea that it's something restricted to, or its influence is restricted to China. That's my impression, anyhow. And I've thought about getting this for a long time, and it was only $5 or something like that when I found it. So
now you find all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
You remember it, and you wish you'd got it, and then all suddenly it's there for $5.
In a great hardback, yeah. And it was interesting how they discounted things. They did it percentage-wise. It wasn't like hardcovers are a certain amount and paperbacks are a certain amount, or just a scale like at the Brattle where it's 5, 3, and 1. It was like 40% or 80%. It was very specific. I don't know the reasoning there.
So that there are some remainders on the first floor and lots more downstairs?
I stumbled on a cart upstairs, but I think they only had it there for reasons of space. And it was stuffed in the back. And there they did have it marked $1, $3, and $5. I don't remember. Well, we'll get to it in a second which one it was that. But otherwise, no, it was all like a new bookstore upstairs. Remainders were downstairs. Yeah. And the next one is Mussolini's War.
Oh.
Yes, I've never read this. I've been meaning to for years.
I don't have a copy. I wish I did.
I saw one over there.
No, I have Mussolini's Italy.
Oh, that's what it was.
This is. I don't need this quite yet. I wanted to bone up on Mussolini books because of M's.
I've been meaning. Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw that too. I've been meaning to bone up on the war in Italy recently again, so this is good timing. Especially the end. You sort of forget about Italy after D-Day. Or people do anyway. And then this one I've read before. This is Empire of Democracy. The remaking of the West since the Cold War, 1971 to 2017. And I thought you kept the art copy because you liked that better.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And also I got a finished copy and it had a huge divot. It had been damaged in transit. That never happens. So I like the review copy, so I just kept it.
I'm ready to go back at this because I didn't like it very much, and I remember having some trouble with his footnotes. Not that he was playing dirty pool or anything, but I remember them being very selective in a way that I didn't like, and I thought he was saying that some of his sources were saying things that they weren't. I ran into that, or at least I didn't agree with the interpretation. Maybe I should have put it that way. So I don't know that there was bad intent.
Is there an added element, an added factor to a book like this, that this is history that some of it you lived through?
That is weird. Yeah.
I mean,
I lived through it, but I was eating crayons, so right. Although the last chapter is a little weird. I had that with Kershaw's book too, in the Oxford history. That got a little bizarre in the last couple chapters. But you've had that experience since the 1870s.
Right? Indeed. I've had that experience many times. Yeah, but the services book, The End of the Cold War, I was writing about those events while they were happening. It's weird to see it in a history book. But the histories are accelerated. They're looking at the Donald Trump presidency, and you lived through that. I don't know if you're eating crayons. Right? He hasn't stopped eating crayons since he got here.
No. Yeah. And then this one I got just because it sounded interesting, not something I would normally read, and it's called Super Navigators, Exploring the Wonders of How Animals Find Their Way.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And it's about that. It's how animals navigate. Clearly they know where they're going, right? But how are they doing that?
Yeah,
It's
all the different theories. Are
Yeah.
they navigating by the stars?
Yeah.
Do they have a little grain
And what
in their pineal
what child
gland?
hasn't thought that? When you see the birds flying, seasonally, how do they know where they're going? So that's totally out of my reading range usually. But
My best
caught my
mom
attention.
forgot where her bedroom was every day. Where am I going to leave? Where am I going to sleep? I had to remind her every day. No navigation abilities there. Oh,
Yes, and this is the one that was on the card upstairs, and this land is their land, which I probably wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't praised it. I think when it came out,
Wow.
you talked about it enthusiastically. Yeah.
so this was on a cart
this
for
was,
like $1 or something?
This was $3. It had the red mark pen, $3 on the bottom.
Wow.
There. Yeah.
Is that the last one?
This is it. Yeah.
Wait,
That's what I found.
What about the novels?
Ew.
I'm amazed. You just got a little stack like that? You must have seen a lot more stuff. Why are you being so I was going to say conservative. Well, it has other meanings. Why aren't you buying? Why aren't you loading yourself with books?
I was looking at their fiction shelves, and I was like, you should find it. I haven't bought one piece of fiction. Here, I almost grabbed a piece of science fiction.
When
But I
did
just
that Lucy Davidovich? When did that paperback come out?
Let's look. Yeah.
It's such a distinctive cover design. The back cover, all the white space on the back cover.
Here, I'll let you look at it.
It just that cover design just it zeroes in on the late 70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
I wonder if look at all the blurbs for this thing. Good Lord.
And I don't know if that's had a reprinting anytime.
Yeah,
recently.
the late 70s. 75
Yeah.
and 76. So who praised this thing? Houston Chronicle? Christopher Lehman Hopp. Good Lord.
Oh.
The New Haven Register. Wow. George Steiner. Fantastic.
Commentary.
Yeah.
They can be tough on these sometimes. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I mean, they were tough on Eichmann and Jerusalem, for goodness sake.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yes.
A little By-Proxy Book-Haul. It's got me seriously tempted to go across the river and see what I would haul at the Harvard bookstore. It just... I'll always talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
It actually is technically feasible because it's Massachusetts Avenue runs you straight into Cambridge, and the Christian Science Monitor is on Massachusetts Avenue. I could make an errand out of it, but
It is a little awkward doing the red line to the
yeah.
line. There's not a more direct
There's not a
route.
more direct
Yeah.
route. No, it's
Yeah.
proposed every year, and there's never any money for it.
No.
Well, there you go, BookTube.
Now we have to go back to the Brattle.
Yeah, we'll go back to the Brattle
Yeah.
once more.
I
before
wanted
it
to
goes-
today, but it rained today, so I knew the carts weren't going to be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It rained good and proper, and it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Then
it
it went
hard,
away out
yeah.
of nowhere. We just got
Yeah.
back from a dog walk. It was beautiful.
It was weird. I went into the subway. It was pouring and gray. The subway came out across the river, and it was shining, and it was beautiful. This is
But there'll be
Yeah.
at least one more book haul.
At least,
before.
yes.
When we'll go to the Brattle. So they're not open tomorrow, but we'll go on Monday.
yes.
So until then. So, thank you, BookTube.
Next book too.